All right, so I need a road bike, and I was going through Facebook Marketplace, as I always like to do, and found this 1986 Trek Elance 310. Now, apparently, after I got this, realized after some digging that this is actually made by Bridgestone. So yeah, the 300 and 310 from 1986 were made by Bridgestone in Japan. They're made of Ishiwata tubing, triple butted, and apparently on the steerer tube, on the fork, there's a B stamped on it. So we're going to see if that's true. But really what we're going to do is we're going to strip this crusty thing down, clean it up, put some new parts on it, clean up the awesome older components on it. It's got some Suntour shifters, derailleurs, a lot of nice doodads, and the Dia-Compe brakes we're switching out with a different set of Dia-Compes, and yeah, so we're going to change this up a bit. We're going to clean it up. And we're going to see if this really is a Bridgestone. I mean, the rumor has it, but I think if we see that stamp, then it will be real. So I think this is going to be a multi-part video. And so we're going to focus on stripping this down and taking all apart. We're going to also, by the way, we're going to change this from 27-inch to 700C, and I have something else in mind with these 27-inch wheels that definitely need some cleaning up. The hubs are crusty and rusty. So stay tuned. Again, thanks for joining. Like and subscribe, and let's get started. So I stripped most of this bike down off camera. I was having some issues. We've all stripped bikes down, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. It just took me a few minutes. But one thing I did do is I got this fork out, took a look, and sure enough, there is a B for Bridgestone. Here's a close-up. So, yeah, it's a Bridgestone. So, any other issues I ran across? It took me a while to get the chain off. It took me a while to get this headset off. It was a bit rusty, so I had to use a torch to heat up the nut and get that off. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. So, what we're going to do next is we're going to finish stripping this down, taking the seat off. I'm going to take out this bottom bracket. Gonna keep this bottom bracket and use it. I love these cup and cone bottom brackets. So once we get that all done, we're going to degrease, clean, and de-rust this frame. I also have a new head badge. This thing is gone. It's just trashed. So I got a used head badge from the same era on eBay, probably salvaged from a bike, and we're gonna swap that and start cleaning this thing up and putting it back into service. All right. All right, so we let this soak overnight, about 14 hours. We're gonna take this off, see how the vapor rusted on the frame, make sure it got all the major little rust spots off. I mean, there wasn't a lot, but it was a little crusty. Next, we're gonna remount or brush out the head tube and seat tube with this gun barrel cleaner. It's got a brass brush at the end. Use some tri-flow with that and make sure the rust doesn't come back in there. There's a little surface rust in there, nothing crazy, but I want to just make sure that's nice and clean. After that, we throw in the parts. I did clean up these parts with a vapor rust, and some of it I used some 3000 grit sandpaper and double aught steel wool and got it nice and shiny. So then we're going to put all that on and go for a ride. It's definitely looking better. It's not perfect, but with a little steel wool, it comes right off. And I'm gonna repolish this anyway before I put a clear coat on it. It's a lot better than it was. What they don't tell you is the vapor rust gets really sticky. If you let it sit and it evaporates, it gets really sticky. So, also, you need to clean this off. All right, I think I got this ready to clear coat. Cleaned it up. I polished, de-rusted, got this ready to clear coat. Put some Q-tips in the bottom mounts. Also the down tube shifter mounts, and taped up the mounts so that they don't get any paint on them. And you know, put some paper in the bottom bracket and the dropout rear derailleur mount. So I'm gonna open up this garage door and start giving it a clear coat. Let's go. Alright, I got all the parts on. You might have seen in the video I had the cable on the wrong side of the handlebars. I fixed that. And the rear tire was flat when I was doing the brakes. The tube got pinched when I was installing the tube, and I kind of had a feeling, but figured, well, I'll blow it up, see what happens. Sure enough, it was flat, so I just replaced that. It's good to go now. So we're all set except handlebar wrap. Gonna do a little test ride, get all the adjustments done, finish the headset when it's on the ground, check everything else, make sure it's nice and tight and all the adjustments are right, and then I'll wrap the handlebars, and then we'll go for a ride. All right.